I know this might be controversial, but I don't mind signing Garnacho to Chelsea based on a few outside things. We've known for ages that Alejandro Garnacho is keen on joining Chelsea. Fabrizio's been tweeting about this morning. It's been his priority since January, and he's still keen on a move this summer. Of course, we know he's not in Man United's plans for next season. He definitely will be leaving the club. Amorim has made that very, very clear. Chelsea are considering making a bid for him later in the month towards the end of the transfer window, and he's waiting for Chelsea as his priority transfer, despite having bids and offers from clubs abroad. Now, I've said before that I don't want to sign Alejandro Garnacho. Now, I do stand by that if we're paying anywhere near the valuation of the 60 million that Man United want. If we're paying 60, 70 million, then that's absolutely crazy. We should be nowhere near that fee. He's not worth that. He's not good enough to pay anywhere near that kind of fee. Not a chance. However, if we can get him for 30 million, which is what's being rumoured, we're being sort of prepared to bid in the last sort of weeks of the transfer window because they want him out of the club and because he's not in the plans. And if they sign another attacker like maybe Sesko and then we get a 30 million kind of deal, I think it's a bit of a market opportunity. At 21 years old, to get 21 goal contributions in 58 games for Man United last season with how absolutely horrendous Man United were in all fronts, that's not bad. That's a pretty good return for a 21-year-old kid who's clearly got loads of talent, clearly got loads of ability. He's just very raw and not always finding that correct final pass or the correct final ball or taking the shot at the right time. But that's like a talent you can mould. Maybe Enzo Maresca's system will help him to do that. Look, there's going to be problems. He's going to have to accept he's not going to be a starter every week. He certainly doesn't walk into the 11. And we're obviously going to have to deal with his brother, who is one of the biggest issues with Garnacho, just the bullshit that comes with him. If we send General Enzo on him and get an Argentinian in there, to help him in, build him into this club, sort of bed him in, back him up, sort of talk him through it, and maybe sort of deal with his brother a bit more, then maybe this can work. But like I've said, if we're paying 60 million, then I'm absolutely nowhere near it. That's a horrendous signing. But if you tell me we pay 55 million for Xavi Simons and 30 million for Garnacho, coming out at 85 million, as a comparison to paying 90 million for Morgan Rogers, I'm taking Garnacho and Xavi Simons every day of the week. And look, it can only go one of two ways. We either mug off Man United and sign one of their best talents in years for 30 million quid, or he's shit and we just sell him to Arsenal for 50 million in a couple of seasons. It's a win-win.